Hey, how's everybody doing today? Starting the new year, 2025. We're in January, just almost the end of the month here, hitting February. Boy, this was a long month, eh? Give us some scoop. What's happening with the fire chief? I know I haven't done a video in a while. The fire chief monster truck sitting in my front yard here in Sebring, Florida. It's been sitting here for a while. The videos in the past, I think I said that wasn't doing any shows, wasn't doing anything. About a year ago, I sold the toter home, which is a semi with a camper on it with a 52-foot trailer that hauled this to a friend of mine. So we just had this, and then if I did anything shows, I had a friend of mine, and up the road here in North Florida, he would come down and halt at the events with me, and he would do a couple little shows here and there. But so I had it up for sale. You probably some of the guys seen it. It was pretty cool. You should see some of the pictures. And I think it's my videos. Maybe it was mostly pictures. As a bunch of places, websites and stuff like that did stories on it about for sale. One called me the Florida Man, with a fire truck for sale, and Supercar Blondie, which if you see her videos, it was on her page, which was pretty cool. So they were talking about the fire truck and what they seen on a Facebook Marketplace. Plus, I was on RacingJunk.com. So make this a real quick story. So I had a bunch of people interested. I had the price up there, and I had one guy who was interested. He was from Chile, the country. He was into Miami. He had a business there. He was interested in. Came, looked at it, and we made a deal, but never heard from him. He's supposed to come the following week and get it, and that didn't happen. But last year, I had a museum in Illinois. It's called the Volo Auto Museum. You ought to check that out. It's more than just auto museum. They have Cars of the Stars. They also sell a lot of classic cars there, and they have like a lot of other themes in there. Jurassic Experience, and it's a bunch of other stuff I can't remember. Look them up on YouTube. Really cool. Volo, VOLO, and they were interested. They sent a guy out last year. They looked at it. It was the middle of summer, and then never heard anything back from him. But the grandson reached out to me at the end of last year. That was the beginning of the year, so that was in summer. So I say end of November of this last year, 2024, reached out to me and said they'd like to have it, and took a while to put everything together. So we made a deal, and they bought it. So it's going to the museum in Illinois. So they're going to use it on the land out there. They have a lot of land. They're going to do rides and stuff like that around the property. They have a lot of things going on. Plus they do Christmas stuff and all that. So it's something to look forward to. It's pretty cool to, this is going to go out there. They're going to restore it. There's a lot of little things, maybe, touch ups they want to do it, which is just awesome. So that's pretty cool. I might head out there and check it out. But I'm going to make a quick video is the story with the truck and about it. And then I'm going to make probably a couple different videos so they're not too long and bore you to death. So let me tell you about the story of the truck real quick and what to deal with it. So I found it, let's see, 3 years ago. It was on RacingJunk.com, which you look a lot of, they have everything from monster trucks to everything you think of in the motorsports. And it was up for sale. And at the time I was in the audio business doing stereos. It's something I was doing for 20 some years in this town, Sebring, and just looking for a change, looking for something different. I had a couple things that I had a passion for in my life was car stereos, hydraulics, with suspensions, and big loud stereos and stuff. I love that, but I always loved monster trucks, but I never got into monster trucks. I mean, it's no different than a lot of guys that grew up around monster trucks. I didn't really grow up around them, like watching on TV, magazines. I've only been to maybe 6 monster truck shows in my whole life. So I'm not like this big monster truck super fan, they called it. Went out and everything. I never knew the drivers. I never hang around. The closest thing I got to hanging with them was I was 16 in this town, in Spiker's All American. They had a 4-wheel drive shop they opened here in town, and they're known with the All American monster truck and the Miss All American Eagle, Little All American Little Eagle, all the trucks. This was after all the trucks were doing tours. They weren't doing that. They had the other truck was All America 2, and it wasn't even doing shows anymore. It was just on displays. But anyway, they came in, and I flocked over there and hung out and did anything just to be a part of that. But that was about it. So I don't know the drivers. I never hung out with anybody. I have no experience in monster trucks at all. Not like these guys that grew up around it, what have you. So the most experience I had was reading magazines and watching on TV. So anywho, so it was a daydream of mine. I was like, you're getting older. They call it a midlife crisis, baby. I said, I'd like to try this. But at first, I was looking at racing trucks, and dude, that was way out of my league. I never drove a racing truck, never drove a monster truck in my life, right? And plus, I didn't have a shop. I'm in my house here. I have no garage, basic tools, so, the racing trucks, the parts and things you have to do. And the things is, anybody's interested in like getting in monster trucks, if you don't know the knowledge and how to work on them or how to shop and all the tools, man, and you have to have someone else do it, it's going to cost you a lot of money. If you have to take it to a shop to have them do it, I don't know if you can even break even doing shows and stuff with it. That's just my opinion. A lot of these guys that run these racing trucks, they were raised up in this, to their families, to mud trucks, to maybe tractor pulling, and so it's just like back of their hand. They know everything about these things. They adapt very easily, and they have shops, and they have friends of shops. If they don't do something, their friends do it. They raised up with the welding, and so you have a whole bunch of people around you help you. So if you break something with a racing truck, you come back, you have friends that help, and you have that. I don't have none of that. So anyway, I talked myself out of a racing truck was up for sale, and so I said, let me go ride truck, because the difference between race truck and ride truck is, it's not as complicated. The suspension, and they don't have the big motors, and they don't need a lot of maintenance because you're not doing a lot of jumps. You probably already know that if you know anything about ride trucks. So I was looking at some ride trucks at the time. I'll make it quick here, and this one popped out because I seen other trucks I liked from a personal opinion, but this was pretty cool because you have to look at it is you do it for you, or you're trying to. It's a business. So and kids, kids are paying to get their parents to pay the money to ride on their ride truck. So this was up for sale in California. I kept looking at it, and I was like, this is pretty neat. It's a fire truck. Kids love fire trucks. It's a monster truck. Plus, the gimmick was a jet. And even if you don't use the jet, it was a great gimmick. I call it a gimmick, but it was a thing that says, it does work. They see videos that work, and so kids are like, I get to ride that, even though the jet's not working, right? But it has a big block motor in the center, does the rides. So I got to put a lot of props to my girlfriend at the time. She pushed really hard, and just, we busted her butt to make it work. And I just saw cars go down here. So anyway, we worked it out, a friend of mine, and there's a lot of things to work out, but flew over to California, and at that time, Steve Corcio owned it, and he runs Monster Trucks. I forget the name of the organization, but he runs shows. He's a promoter, and this was his truck, him and his brother, Rick Corcio. Some names you want to look up if you're ever bored. Rick Corcio is a legend and jet cars, and that was really cool to meet him out there. Great, nice guy. He passed away a couple years ago. It's really sad because he was a super nice guy. I don't know him that well. Only met him for 3 days, but the 3 days I wanted to hang around because he had some great stories, and just a really nice guy. And they were selling it because his health was bad, and he just couldn't go out on the road. And at that time, getting people to work was hard. All that to go out there because it takes a crew and some people. I'll show you here real quick. There it goes. And anyway, so we made a deal. I got the monster truck. I got the motorhome, which was a Kenworth T600 semi truck. It was actually a dump truck, and they took the dump part off of it and put a travel trailer on the back of it, and then there was a 52-foot trailer on the back of it that hauled that. It was made to haul 2 monster trucks. Anyway, so I brought it over here. Did a lot of learning. Did a couple of local shows, little festivals, yada yada yada, and friends' places, hang out to get the routine. Put the tires on it because it's a little tires, yeah. And promoter. Well, actually, it wasn't a promoter. It was a monster truck guy who runs it. Ed Eckert, great guy by the way, runs full bore monster truck. Which, by the way, if you got an awesome racing truck, it's up for sale. Yay! Go look at that racing truck. That is right out of Monster Jam. It's ready to race Monster Jam and everything. So anyway, he was doing a show in Florida, and they already had a ride truck. Actually, a promoter reached out to him because he knew, all the trucks, and the ride truck didn't make it. And he hit me up. He seen this was out there, and I was promoting the poop out of it. I had it everywhere promoting, trying to tell everything about it, trying to get my first real show, because I'm doing local shows, a little shop anyway. And he gave me a chance, and I got up there, and it was fun. I had fun with it. I took my girlfriend and the kids, and we made a couple bucks, but we had fun. I was like, wow. But I needed an experience like that. So after that, I used that experience, and then there's a couple of people who made some really great videos. Penny Martin Photography, she made a great video, promoted me. Thank her so much for that. She has some great videos on the mud trucks and all the mud events. You got to look that up. And I got reached out by another promoter, Ed Beckley, which is a famous guy. I mean, he was known way back in the days doing motorcycle drops like Evel Knievel. I mean, geez, I could think about 70s, 80s. He was just everywhere. And he runs No Limit Monster Trucks, and he gave me a chance, and that was the coolest thing ever. We did a couple of shows with him. With Ed Beckley, he changes it up a little bit so the fans don't get tired of the same ride trucks, just like he changes the racing truck. So we did, 4 or 5 shows, and then he had other ride trucks that came out, which was cool. But I got my feet in there. He was really patient with me. So was a lot of other people patient. It was new to me, brand new to me. So trying to figure this out, everything. But I was willing to learn, and like I said, Ed Beckley was very patient. Everybody out there was very patient with me, helping hands. I met some really great people out there, and I'm going to throw them out there. Alan Fenstermaker. I always say his name wrong. I'm sorry, bud. Alan, great guy. He's always trying to help, and he don't know me from Joe. And you got to understand. I have no history or experience on a monster truck. I can do basic automotive and stuff, but this is different. But anyway, but I had fun. Made a couple bucks. I had learning experience. I came off that tour and thought about it and figured out some other things. And I went with another tour, and then it was just like it was hard to get someone to work out there with me. So I was trying to get someone to work, but that was it. And I just found out it was harder for my family being, me and my mom were really super close. My family here and her kids, it was really hard to be on the road for months at a time. That's how where you do really well, because we're in Florida. That's kind of suck where I'm in Sebring, Florida. I'm like 4 hours from Florida-Georgia border. So any show I got to go, you got 4 hours of just travel time of fuel on a rig, just to get out. So if you do shows, you want to go from one show to the next show to the next show. That's how you save. You stay in a parking lots, and you go to the show early, and you stay in there in your motorhome, save money, and it's really great when you can do that, because when you go early, you leave a show like Sunday or Monday tired, take the big tires down, put little tires. Next show is maybe a couple hours, maybe 8 hours away. We roll in there, and we got plenty of time, but they give us water, we have electric, and we just kind of camp out there, which is really nice. And just hang out until the show's like Friday night or whatever. And that's how I was saving money, was go from show to show. Like, the only problem was, as sometimes we didn't have every week of a show, so I thought a show 2 weeks early, so I'm just sitting there a whole week just waiting, which I didn't mind. But long story short is it was hard for my family. It was, and it was hard for me. I got homesick. I like being home. I like my house. I like where I live. I like being around here, and I like tinkering with my toys and yada yada yada. But yeah, I say that a lot. Where did I get that from? Seinfeld show. So anyway, let's go to a new home. A lot of people ask me, would you ever get back into it? I don't think so. It's something as if, if you and your wife and your kids were already grown out, it would be great for you and your wife to go out, and you can make some money and see the places and stuff. And, you almost get paid to do like a vacation, you can, anyway. Unless you're like, I guess if you were central located in the United States, which a lot of people like Missouri and stuff, it works good because you can zip a couple hours to the show, come right back, and you're done. But it was just really hard getting out here in Florida, 4 hours. Even to do a Georgia show, go all the way to Georgia. 4 hours just to get to the state of Georgia to come back, and and it's a lot of gas. It eats you up on a diesel. My truck was getting 8 miles a gallon. The semi truck. That's usually what you get. And diesel's like $5 a gallon. So anyway. It was a learning experience. It was something, like I said, I did in my life that I always wanted to do. I'm not regretting it, but I'm going to go back into kind of doing what I know what I do is like the audio stuff, and that's what I'm piddling around with, and but it was fun. And I met a lot of really cool people. I still talk to them today. I mean, they call me up just to talk to see how I'm doing, and I love that, and people like, I was up in, Carolinas, and I had a couple of weeks to kill, and Ed Eckern's like, hey, I got some space, bring the motor home and the trailer, and then we did some maintenance work on a truck and just hung out for like 2 weeks. Great people. So I had a chance to meet these people if I didn't get in this thing. So I'm going to make this a real shorter video because I usually get long-winded. I'm going to make another one about the history of the truck and everything about it, and then everything else about it, and then if you ever get in the ride truck business. But like I says, I'm not a veteran on monster truck stuff, and I don't have this history of it. I've not been around it. All brand new to me, learning experience. Not walking away angry or mad or anything, or like, it's a bad investment or anything. So I was learning and I had fun. I still have fun with it, thinking about it. I did a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, including my family and all the local events. Was great. Made a lot of friends and stuff like that. So, but I got a friend coming over now. I'm waiting on him. Great friend. He's the one I sold the Monster Jack when I said I'm not going to tie this thing down anymore. And which Alan Fenstermaker made me this really great Monster Jack. So anyway, Anyway, I got a friend coming down. We're going to tire it down today, put the little tires on it, and get ready for the delivery. They're going to come pick it up in a couple days and heading out to Volo, V-O-L-O, Illinois, to the Auto Museum. So that's the kind of story, what's going on with it now. I'll probably make a video of it tiring it down, and I'll make a video of some other stuff, but just letting everybody what's going on. I appreciate everybody. Anybody's watching this, whatever, just do it for fun. And everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you.